A Cautionary Tale, a Creepypasta written by an unknown author, read to you by Princess Stephanie. The following tale may not involve monsters, demons, or ghosts, but in some ways it is more disturbing as the story I am about to share with you does not make you wonder whether or not the supernatural exists. Instead, it makes you stop and think about your own actions, can trigger events even you would never imagine possible. The idea that through one mistake you could find yourself thrown into a scene right out of some fanciful horror film. This story concerns a man who was driving home from work one night and was stuck behind a slow-moving vehicle. Unable to pass the vehicle, he grew more and more angry. He started to flash his lights and repeatedly honk his horn to try and force the other driver to speed up. After a while, it seemed to work and the vehicle in front sped up. The man continued on his journey and the car in front pulled away, allowing him to speed up even more as he made his way home. However, he reached a quiet road leading up to his home. He suddenly found himself being pursued by a familiar car from behind. It flashed its lights and honked its horn repeatedly. Fearing a case of road rage, the man sped up, only for the other car to speed up in turn. The man began to panic as he reached his house and pulled onto his lawn. The other car came to a stop as he did, and the man remained in his car, afraid to get out. Sure enough, he heard the other car's door open and a figure emerged holding a gun. The man tried to stay in his car, but was forced out as the other figure appeared, brandishing the gun and forcing him out of the car. The man tried to reason with his attacker, but was hit across the head with the back of the pistol for his efforts. Neighbours had already been alerted to the assault and called authorities, though none of them dared to confront the attacker as the man was forced to kneel on the ground as the figure proceeded to fire the gun, blowing out the man's tyres before heading back to their vehicle and driving off. The man was left with minor cuts and bruises, but was badly shaken from the attack. His aggressor was never caught despite several attempts by police to track them down. This only served to make him more nervous. Now, as far as I know, the man eventually recovered and lived a pretty normal life. No shock, murder, or insanity. Yet every time I think on this story I get a little shiver because it makes me think twice about flipping someone off or forgetting my please and thank yous. My parents were right when they said it was important to always mind your manners. After all, you never know who you could offend.